the truth. It's the truth. It's the true kind of love. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the true kind of love.
Chapter 32, Belief Fusion. Craig, Stephen called out whilst running in the creek. Craig! He then witnessed Jessica and Craig's friends sitting alone at the trading tree. Jessica, he walked up to her. Where's Craig? When me and my brother arrived in the creek, Ruby and Aquamarine captured him, and I don't know where they are, Jessica answered. She told us what happened and we decided to stay here, Kelsey filled in. We just don't want to get hurt, JP added. Stephen couldn't believe his enemies took advantage the moment Craig didn't escape. Unbelievable. He placed his hand on his face. It's probably been almost 5 hours. At least you haven't spent all day alone. I was making a friend close to my age. Craig's mom ordered me to. That's what I've been telling them, Jessica replied. At least most of the kids you met yesterday understood and moved on when I talked to them about it. It's hard to go through a day without Stephen, okay? Kelsey reacted. Stephen took a deep breath while trying to stay on topic. He still remembers that Kenneth is Xavier's brother, but he doesn't have enough time to save Craig before heading home. Then Maya and her group walked down in the trading tree after telling them her time meeting Stephen yesterday. Stephen? Maya walked up to him from behind. Maya? Stephen turned around. You're here. This is perfect. We know where Craig is, Aggie smiled. Really? Stephen smiled. Yes, we'll take you where he is right now, Kensup commented. But Maya stopped herself with the biggest downside of it all. It's Bluebird, isn't it? Stephen guessed. Yes. Are Connie and Lion coming back? Sorry, I texted Connie and she's still busy in college. Stephen then looked at the champions of the other side of the creek. This gave him an idea, but it's a risky one to save Craig. Are you willing to do me a favor? We'll do what we can, Aggie responded. Can I get my bat if I can make a run for it? Maya asked. You're probably gonna be late, but it'll be worth a shot, Stephen smiled. We wanna help too, Kelsey offered. Craig is our friend too, JP added. Even if I get my foot hit against another brick wall, I'm doing it for my brother. Jessica putting her foot down only to have her foot throb in pain again, with a tear falling from her eye. But I do need an ice pack. Stephen closed his eyes, rethinking about the safety of Craig's friends and sister. But he can't deny that if he had friends at Craig's age, especially living a normal life, would do the same thing if he was captured. Just be careful and whatever you do, follow my lead. No problem, Kelsey replied. Stephen put together his plan with Craig's friends, sister, Maya, and the champions joining in his aid. They rushed to their destination whilst Maya went back to get her bat from her place. Back at the cave, Craig remained seated, still waiting for the future he saw before he woke up. But he didn't move to make Bluebird feel suspicious even if she's not looking at him. He doesn't know when Stephen's coming, but he wouldn't leave him in lockdown when the day's over. Outside of the cave, Stephen and the others witness the cave. He's in there with Bluebird, Aggie pointed. Bluebird will come out if anyone comes in. Okay, Stephen replied. We just need to set up a diversion for Craig to escape. Can we rescue Craig from the cave? JP asked. Yes, but make it quick. Run as fast as you can while we stop Bluebird. Such a blotted out plan. Bluebird flew out of her cave, landing on the ground. Ever heard of whispering, Steven? You know this was bound to happen. I can stay here all day if I have to. What with this as your rescue party? Blueboard pointed at his group. You're making this way too easy for me. Steven crossed his arms, giving Blueboard a serious look. You're not the only one who can make strategies ahead of time. Then where's Maya? Did she run away like a coward? I can give you the benefit of the doubt to come here, but not her. This caused Steven to smirk, with ego getting the better of Blueboard. We can't beat you, but that doesn't mean we have to. Then Kinsup ran out from the left, throwing small rocks at Blueboard, catching her off guard. Ah! Then Aggie threw a bigger rock at her, causing her to hit the ground. Okay, you three go now. Steven demanded as Jessica, JP, and Kelsey rushed inside the cave. Steven summoned his shield to keep an eye on Blueboard when she comes back up. Craig, Kelsey called as she and the others appeared. Guys, Craig smiled while picking up his bag. Steven, the champions and us are getting you out of here, Kelsey grabbing his arm. But we have to go to either my or JP's house. Wait, Craig stood in place while Jessica pushed him. Craig, we could get trapped if we stay here, she shouted. I know, he turned around, but I've got a better plan. Trust me on this. His friends stood in place while still looking out the entrance, with Steven and the others stopping Blueboard after she burst out of a boulder. This either could be really good or really bad, JP commented. Outside of the cave, Steven threw his shield at Blueboard to keep her occupied, but it wasn't enough until Blueboard fought back. What are you doing in there? Come out, Aggie shouted. When Craig and the others got out of the cave, Blueboard took notice as she summoned her cutlass. I don't think so. Just when she's about to attack, Craig rolls out of the way while his friends and sister stopped by Blueboard, preventing them from getting cut. Craig rushed out of the scene as Aggie threw another boulder, but Blueboard moved out of the way. She flew towards Aggie, allowing JP, Kelsey, and Jessica to follow Craig. Just keep running, I'll catch up, Steven called. Craig and his group ran as fast as they could to get away from the diversion. So we're gonna wait until Steven comes to you, Kelsey called. She's gonna fly towards us. It's the only way to stop Blueboard. I just need Steven. They ran farther enough to hide behind the bushes in the creek, camouflaged from Blueboard's sight. You're really going to do this? JP wondered. What if someone interrupts like what Connie and Lion did? It won't. How do you know? Jessica replied. Because I saw it in my dream when my eyes were pink. His friends and sister catched on, but at the same time, they thought there wasn't anything more whenever his eyes turned pink. Are you sure your dream will happen? Kelsey said. Yes. He may help me out, but I'm also helping him out. And mostly all of us. Back on the trail, Steven ran to find Craig after the champions kept Blueboard occupied. He looked around, but there was no sign of Craig around, slowing down in the process. Then Craig came out of the bushes, getting up behind Steven while poking his back. Craig, he turned around to witness Craig. Craig, what are you doing? Run. No, trust me on this. She won't harm you if you're not at your place, JP's place. Steven, Craig shouted. Please, I promise you it's gonna get rid of Blueboard. Then please make it quick. Craig took a deep breath to let out the truth. I had a dream where Garnet kissed my forehead while I saw the future of us fusing. You mean, for real? It felt real in my dream, just not outside of it, but this will work. You think this is a good time for it? It's the only way. I will mind you later about my dream. Quake! Bluebird flew up in the sky. I'm coming after you. Same goes to your friends who interfered. When she saw Steven and Quake out in the open, she immediately flew down over the trail, launching her attack with her cutlass in her hand. Quake took Steven's hand as he closed his eyes. He hoped his eyes would turn pink, but it's not working. Steven also closed his eyes to make the fusion work. However, in the state he's in now, he couldn't control it unlike yesterday. It's not working, Quake, he reacted. Come on, eyes, do your thing. Quake stomped. Bluebird is in full target of Steven and Quake, but Quake didn't move. Steven needed to move, but his trust in Quake is put to the test. Then thankfully, Quake's eyes turned pink just in time as he opened them with Bluebird coming close. Thus, Steven and Quake's bodies glowed, catching Bluebird by notice as she stopped. Quake's friends and sister witnessed the glow upon getting up. Bluebird slightly flew back from the fusion in front of her. They're really doing it? She flinched. The height of the fusion got taller as the glow died down. Steven and Quake opened their eyes, with their eyes glowing pink. Their hairdo is just like Steven's, but their skin is black, just like Quake's. Their clothes were fused with a hoodie and coat combined, while Quake's bag got bigger and pinker. Oh my stars, Bluebird reacted. The fusion looked at Bluebird while making a grin. You think you're gonna put this buddy in lockdown? He taunted. My name is Stwag Willavos. Stwag leaned down. I'm giving you a chance to forfeit, or we're doing it the hard way. Bluebird groaned with the disadvantage she's in against the new fusion. I'm not a coward. You don't even know what powers you have. Like you for the first time? Oh, burned, JP taunted. Then show it to me. Fusion up, Willavos. Stwag unzipped his bag, revealing a shield in the same shape Steven used, but it was a lot more powerful and much bigger. Then he took out a staff that Quake uses in the creek, but it's not made out of wood. It's made out of ancient stone, while the diamond Quake placed on it. But thanks to the fusion, it's solid proof with sparkles coming out. He then put the two together with the bottom of the shield inserted with the diamond. The weapon sparkled thanks to the diamond as Stwag pointed it at Bluebird. He held onto the staff tightly while the magic of the shield charged. His shield launched from the staff, colliding with Bluebird at full force and speed. Wow, Jessica commented. How am I gonna get Connie to fuse with me? Kelsey added. I have no idea, JP added. Bluebird flew past the champions who tried to stop her when she flew up earlier. She impacted the tree as the shield magic dissolved, thus causing Ruby and Aquamarine to defuse. Ruby landed on the grass. Aquamarine added. He's stronger than us. Xavier's not gonna be happy when we tell him about this. Then Maya appeared with a steel baseball bat. I got this. She picked up Ruby, lifted her up in the air, and hit her with her bat. Ruby got launched in the air further enough to get out of the creek. Maya picked up Aquamarine and did the same thing as the threats are no longer in sight. Out of the creek, she cheered. A bit late, but still struck the final blow. She took out her water bottle to take a drink. Little did she know, Stwag walked up to her from behind with his shadow blocking her sunlight. When she turned around, her eyes shot open while spitting out water in the process. "Oh my gosh," she reacted. "Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you," he responded. "Who the heck are you?" She lifted her baseball bat up. "He's Steven and Quake in the fusion of Swag Williverse." Kelsey walked up next to Swag. "But I'm still surprised you two pulled it off." Aggie walked up to him face to face, with her being shorter and weaker than him. "This looks way better than I imagined. I would be killed if I get into a fight with you." Maya walked up to the fusion. "You didn't even see what he's really capable of," Jessica commented. "I saw the whole thing." "You're too late to see it, but I'm not doing a demonstration," Swag responded, "so let's keep it that way." "Yeah, I'm fine with it." Maya lowered her bat. "And honestly, I need to get home now." "So how are you going to defuse?" Kelsey wondered. "I don't know. There are ways to defuse, so..." Then Swag glowed, catching everyone's attention as Steven and Quake landed on the ground. "What happened?" Jessica wondered. Quake blinked while getting a headache. "My pink eyes stopped working," he responded. "I guess that must be why." Steven got on his feet while straightening his coat. It's a work in progress, just like when I fused with Connie for the first time. Well, at least whenever my eyes turn pink, we can fuse when we get the chance. That's something we're gonna have to work on. "At least everything worked out," Jessica replied. "Should we keep this to ourselves from our parents?" "Big time. I still need to let Nicole know about the friend I made today." "Well, since I have my bat, I'm gonna do some baseball practice," Maya commented. "You're gonna be here tomorrow?" "I don't know about that. I'm gonna have a meeting with my friend tonight at his place. I might do something with him tomorrow." The kids were disappointed that they might miss another day with Steven. Quake may have had a dreadful day being in lockdown, but if Steven's willing to spend another day with his new friend, it's best to stay at his place or at JP or Kelsey's place. "Do your own thing with your friend," Quake smiled. "I'll make sure I don't get captured again if Ruby and Agumaween come back." "Actually, Quake," Steven looked down at him, "I want you to join in my meeting." "Okay, it'll be nice to meet your friend." Steven bit his lip, knowing Quake's not gonna like the truth. "We should focus on the dream you had after I'm done with your mom, okay?" Quake nearly forgot about the dream he wanted to tell Steven. "Oh, yeah." Quake scratched on the back of his head. "I'm just gonna say, Steven gave Quake a stop signal with his hand. Not here, okay? I'm still thinking about how Garnet did that in a dream." Quake kept his words to himself as he, Steven, and Jessica headed back to their place. They're thankful they reunited before it was too late, but they have a lot to catch up on with each other. But once Steven gets the full story of Quake's dream, he doesn't know how to explain it if the gems in the real world hear about it.